What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you have not yet subscribed to stay up with our videos, please go down below and subscribe. Give this video a like and comment down below what type of videos you want to see in the future. I want to be talking about financial literacy basics that everyone should know. Right? If you're in your early 20s, if you're in your 30s, and these are things that you have not learned yet, or these are some financial things that you've heard of, finance terminologies that you've heard of, but haven't really been able to grasp. I'm going to go over a few of them today. Income versus expenses. So this is the foundation, right? This is the foundation of financial literacy. The money that you're actually bringing in versus the money that's going out, the input versus the output. When you think about income, the money that you're making at your job, the money that you're making in a side hustle, the money that you're making, whether it's whatever type of business that you're running or whatever you're doing to actually bring in money, that's your income. Everything that has to do with your income. Then your expenses is your bills, your car note, your house payment, right? Your rent, however much it costs, your telephone bill, your Netflix subscriptions, whatever it is that you must pay on a month-to-month basis, whatever it is that you must pay on a week-to-week basis, that is your expenses. So if you spend more than you earn, you're going to ultimately fall behind. The trap that people fall into is that you make all this money, but you don't calculate it, or you don't know exactly how much money is coming in, and you don't know how much money is going out. So the best thing to do in that instance is to actually create a budgeting tracker, right? A budgeting tracker. I know it sounds very tedious and annoying, but you can create a budget tracker that actually is able to track your income, the amount of money that's coming in, and the amount of money that's going out. So if you're making money in your primary job, let's say you work at a hotel or you work in the medical field, you work in a nursing home, right? This money that you're making, you can ultimately track this money, and then you can also calculate your expenses as well. And you take your income and you minus it by expenses. It's basic math, right? And just make sure that you're making a certain amount of money back and that your expenses are not more than your actual income. Your expenses for the month are not more than your income. That's one. The second financial literacy term that we hear, but you don't necessarily you understand it, but you don't really dive deep into it. But I think a lot of us have to take a deeper look into what this financial term means, budgeting. When it comes to budgeting your money, budgeting isn't just restriction, but it's actual control. Same way I was telling you to track your money, to know what's coming in, to know what's coming out. That's a form of budgeting. That's what budgeting is. Understand, it helps you understand where your money is going, helps you understand where your money is coming from, right? Instead of wondering where it went. Instead of wondering where your money went, you're able to know, okay, money went into this, money went into that, money went into this for this month. Money came in from my job, money came in from this side hustle. This is what budgeting does. It allows you to have a system where you can actually calculate everything and you're able to see it. You're not guessing. You're not just guessing, okay, what did I make for the month? What did I spend on a month? But you're actually counting everything, especially if you're in your older 20s. Like if you're in older 20s, 24, 25, 26, 27s, you're planning on living by yourself, or you want to potentially save up to get a house. You want to potentially save up to get an apartment, right? Or do something where you're living by yourself and you want to start having that sense of independence. You have to create a budgeting tracker. You have to find a way to budget your money, right? I would say you just doing it on your calculator every once in a while is not enough. I would advise you actually to create a spreadsheet. It sounds very tedious, but at the same time, it's able to help you calculate every single dollar that's coming in, every single dollar that's coming out. Don't sell yourself as tedious, because once you create that spreadsheet and you actually see how your money is distributed, how your money is coming in, how it's going out, you're able to read more into it, right? It's kind of like reading if you've ever read a financial balance sheet, you can kind of see the money speaks a language. And when you read these sheets, when you read these balance sheets or an income statement, it's saying something. It's a form of language. So the same way you read words on a book, you read words on a screen, that's the same way your budgeting tracker will help you. It tells you something. Okay, last month I spent 3,000 on this. This month I upgraded or I spent even more money, right? I spent 4,000. Why? So that's kind of what it tells you in a form of it allows you to see the discrepancies between the months. It allows you to see the discrepancies between the weeks. That's what budgeting does for you. Another one is saving versus investing. Saving protects your money. Investing grows your money. So you have to understand that just saving alone, simply, once I realized that saving alone simply will not allow me to attain my financial goals, I ultimately had to switch my mindset and start investing, right? I didn't just come one day and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start investing. I did my research, obviously, right? I did my research day by day, week by week. I was doing my research and I actually started to understand, okay, why a majority of people actually invest rather than just save their money, right? Because you can save as much money as you want, but what eventually happens is due to inflation, because there's a natural 2 to 3% inflation every year, due to inflation, your money, the buying power of your money is devalued as time moves on. So your $1,000, what it could have bought today, when you're a year from now, it's gonna be able to buy less. It's gonna buy less than what you were able to buy from a year ago. So just think of that. The same way eggs probably were $2 last year. Now they're probably like $2.30. I mean, chicken a few years ago was actually like $1.07, but now it's currently probably like 2.30 something where I'm at. So what investing ultimately does for you, it helps you create wealth. It allows you to invest into assets. It allows you to invest into the market, these big companies that are making a substantial amount of returns, and you're able to invest in these companies and then grow your positions in these companies, right? Whether you're investing into individual stocks, whether you're investing into ETFs, broad market funds that allow you to invest into multiple different companies all at once, right? Just to name a few, your VOOs, which tracks the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the United States, which are your Nvidias, your Apples, your Googles, your there's a few Berkshire Hathaways, Walmart. Those are the type of companies that are in this S&P 500 index, right? There's VOO, there's your tech one, which is QQQ, there's your semiconductor one, SMH. So those are some investments, those are some ETFs that you could potentially invest into for the long run. YouTube, this is not financial advice, so just want to state that. So that's the difference between saving versus investing. The reason you might want to invest or start to invest is because you realize the importance of growing your money and not letting your money sit ideally in just a regular savings account that's gaining you no interest, especially if it's not in a high yield savings account. You have to understand the importance of, first of all, if you're saving money, placing your money in a high yield savings account that generates you a 3.5 or 4% APY, annual percentage yield. So you're making money on top of the money that you're saving. And the importance of investing your money so you're growing your money over time and you're allowing your money to compound in the market, buying broad market ETFs, buying ETFs that cover specific sectors that are doing well. This is a key to actually investing and growing your positions into these ETFs over time. The next thing that I want to talk about is understanding compound growth. I just mentioned it early on when I was talking about investing, where I said allowing your investments to grow over time and to compound. This is one of the best advantages of investing your money. This is where wealth is actually built for people. Your money earns money. This means the returns that you made from a previous year, the returns that you made from 2 years, 3 years ago. Now, let's say you had $1,000 and you invested $1,000 into a specific ETF, and this ETF, let's say it returned 10%. 8,000, let's do the math. 1,000 times 10%, you made an extra $100 on a year. But now, because of compound growth, 1,100 is now being times by 10% for that next year. So your money is compounding over time. And early on, obviously, you're not going to see too much growth in the money, but this really comes into effect years later. Years later. So if you continuously keep on investing, keep on investing, keep on investing every single day, every single week that goes by, every single month, then this money is growing over time and it's compounding. Just go on Google. I want you to do an experiment. Go on Google and search up compound growth calculator and just see, type in 30 years. If I consistently invest this amount of money, or 500 every month, 400 every month, how much money could I possibly have by the time I'm in my 60s, by the time I'm in my 50s? You might see something that you like. You might for real see something that you like. It's gonna be around $1 million. So just think about that. Anybody in this lifetime could be a millionaire just by investing into the market. So just think about that. See, these are the financial terms that I wanted to go over and talk about, because I know a lot of us hear them, but we don't necessarily know the intricacies of them. But I hope I just gave you a good like little spiel about what each terminology is, right? So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you found this video helpful. Please go check out my website. I have a Roth IRA blueprint which allows you to start opening a Roth IRA and explains what the Roth IRA is. And then I have a net worth tracking Google Sheet that you can actually copy and download, and you can use it yourself. It's free. And then I have the one-on-one consulting. If you want to get started into stocks, if you want to get started into understanding how to invest, how to open a Roth IRA account, how to open a personal brokerage account, how to actually start investing. So I have those at my at the eawealthteam.com. They're on my website, so you can check them out. eawealthteam.com. Thank you for watching this. Peace.